Well, September is Alzheimer's Awareness Month, and every Tuesday, WTXL Sunrise talking about some important information about the disease. This morning, we are joined by Jasmine Shepard. Everything we need to know about support for caretakers. Good morning to you, Jasmine.
Good morning.
You know, this is something so important because, you know, when you're talking about Alzheimer's, there are so many things you have to learn and remember. Yes. And as you're a caretaker, maybe taking this on for a loved one, there's a lot that falls on you as well. How important is the support group?
The support groups are extremely important. We have many here in Leon as well as surrounding counties. And what we do is they offer opportunities for caregivers to come together, share their stories and experiences, and support each other while they're caring for a loved one with Alzheimer's.
I have to imagine, too, this is a great time to get people maybe who wouldn't have crossed paths before. Now, all of a sudden, they're sharing things. Hey, I went through that struggle. I understand. Why don't you try it this way? You know, how important is that sharing of information and advice, really?
It's very important. You see people just open up and share their stories and just offer that comfort and support.
What are you looking for to take part in the support group? Are are there any rules or regulations? You know, what is the commitment like?
There's no commitment. At the end of the day, you would just call us and say, hey, I want to come to this support group. There's no appointments necessary. We do offer respite available if you need to bring your loved one.
And last week we did talk a little bit about respite care, and you can see all that information on our website, WTXL.tv. You know, that is obviously very important as well for the person maybe who has Alzheimer's. Are you looking for volunteers for that, or any people to, you know, kind of help keep running things smoothly?
We are glad that you mentioned that. We are always looking for volunteers. We're an agency that thrives with our volunteers, especially needed in our day respite program.
Now, what do people, they might be thinking like, oh, I don't know if I'm qualified for that. I don't know if I could really handle it. What is the, you know, kind of training like? I'm sure obviously you have the staff on hand.
We do offer training. We just ask that you're over 18 and over. The training is provided by our volunteer coordinator, Angela Mendoza, and you would just call her and schedule a time.
And of course, I mean, there are the trained people there, so you're just kind of that extra set of hands to help a little bit. Something coming up that, of course, we look forward to each and every year is the Forget Me Not Walk. That's going to be here before we know it. What do we need to know about this year's walk?
This year's walk is going to be at Cascades Park on November 1st. You can find that and more information about the walk, as well as our support groups and ways to volunteer at our website, alzheimersproject.org.
And this is something so important. Even though the walk isn't until November 1st, it's a good time now to get your team together, maybe register, get your registration going, get people to support you, support your teams. And Cascades Park, walking early on a Saturday morning, it's going to be absolutely beautiful out there. This is something really special. You see some of the details here on your screen for how you can get in contact with the Alzheimer's Project, really for any needs that you may have as a caregiver, as a loved one, or maybe someone who is showing some early signs as well. All the details here on your screen, and we will link you on our website. It's WTXL.tv. Jasmine, thank you so much for being here.
So much for
we certainly appreciate it. Of course, this series continues next Tuesday right here on Sunrise with the Alzheimer's Project. Stay with us. We've got your final forecast when we come back. It is 6:57, time to get you informed and out the door. News happening from across Georgia this morning. Bainbridge Public Safety searching for the suspect in connection to a deadly shooting. According to authorities, one person was shot and killed around 8 o'clock last night at an apartment on Southwest Street. Officials looking for the man who goes by the name of Scooter. They say he has short hair, a tattoo on his left arm, and 2 earrings in his left ear. If you have any information, contact Bainbridge Public Safety at 229-248-2038. And a Valdosta police officer has been fired after he was arrested for felony eavesdropping. Howard Kirkland was taken into custody earlier this month after an investigation between the Lanier County Sheriff's Office and Valdosta Police. Kirkland is accused of flying a drone with a camera over a neighborhood. He had been placed on suspension without pay during the investigation, but was officially fired from the Valdosta force yesterday. 6:58, what to wear weather. Max, what do we got today?
Oh, well, looks like summer is returning to that forecast.
How quickly that happened.
How quickly. It was kind of just like one day you get in on temperatures in the 50s.
Just to get everyone excited, and that's all everyone was talking about yesterday.
I mean, this morning is really not half bad, though. Low 70s, upper 60s across the board. Not too shabby, but summery for sure. Shorts and t-shirt types of weather out there. Upper 80s heading into this afternoon, and we're going to hold on to that trend with maybe numbers slightly warmer heading into the weekend. Rain chances, though, not looking that impressive. Only a scattering of storms Wednesday through Friday, and that's pretty much it. Then we're going to be talking about mostly minimal chances there for the rainfall, which isn't great news. We're over 6.5 inches shy of where we should be this time of year, and overall computer model trends for the next 2 weeks look drier than average. So not great when it comes to getting the rain totals that we need, but outdoor activities do look like they'll go on without a hitch, considering last weekend we had one very, very gloomy, very wet day like Saturday. It looks like this upcoming weekend not looking half bad if you can deal with some summery heat, and temperatures aren't going to be running rampant either, Kelly.
Heading out on the roads this morning, we have a new accident popping up down in Wakulla. We're looking at 1594 Spring Creek Highway down in Crawfordville. There was a crash came in about 12 minutes ago. FHP not reporting any roadblock in that area, but keep that in mind as you were heading out the door throughout Wakulla County. Otherwise, just watch out for some new construction projects. A lot of them all across the board here that started yesterday. They are continuing today, but otherwise, it's been pretty much smooth sailing to start your morning. Hey, we know what you're going to be talking about when you get around the water cooler, right? Marco Rubio making some big comments about FSU. We got a lot of comments on our Facebook page. Let us know what you have to think. We're talking about them right now on Second Cup, WTXL.TV. Welcome here to WTXL.TV. I'm Kelly Bartoli.
And I am Max Paris. Thanks for joining us here on a wonderful Tuesday. It's the second day into the work week. You might be keeping your eyes on that weekend, but this one's going to kind of make you wake up on the wrong side of the bed today.
I think so. You're going to wake up and get all fired up. Marco Rubio, who is running for president, who you think he'd be watching
United States.
Everything that he says. He did a radio interview in Iowa, and he basically said that FSU was a school for UF reject. Here is his direct quote from ESPN. Quote, "I think there has to be a school where people that can't get into Florida can go to college. And that's why we have Florida State."
Verbatim.
Verbatim. That is his quote. Yeah. Rubio got a bachelor's degree from UF and a law degree from University of Miami. So a lot of people waking up like, excuse me? What did you do? You're running for president.
Right.
You're fighting with Jeb Bush over Florida.
Right.
You're fighting with how many other candidates just for the GOP nomination? I don't think this was a good idea.
I think we're seeing kind of like the Trump-inspired sort of
shock
jargon,
value,
anything you can say. But this one, the shock value of what Trump has been saying and what other candidates have been saying has just been across the board. Kind of just like, okay, that's just, you try to take on the entire country. This is such a local scale, and it's from the state that you're representing, or used to represent, I guess.
And he said it in Iowa. Like, how did that even come about?
Kelly, I like what you said earlier. You're like, maybe he just thought no one was going to hear it down here.
I'm in Iowa. No one's going to hear.
Exactly. It's just,
they're forgetting it's 2015, and the internet is always around.
So obviously a very polarizing issue with the, this is the capital city. This is where FSU's main campus is. And we got some folks on both sides of the fence
One
here.
of my favorite here is from Brett Wellman, who's great for Sunrise Rocks. He's been on Sunrise here a lot. He says, it's kind of funny he, meaning Rubio, spoke at my graduation ceremony from FSU.
Oh.
Which is like kind of ironic,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah, still trying to, I mean, I'll take a paycheck from FSU, even though it's, you know, if I'm Rubio, I think that's just for the rejects.
Ken Lowe says, better to remain silent and be thought a fool than to speak out and remove all doubt.
Yes.
Getting deep there.
And then getting kind of to the other side of the spectrum here, you have Karen Kelly. Sounds like he was joking.
Right.
Okay. And to be fair, I haven't heard his, we've read the quote, but I haven't heard it like in a soundbite.
Right.
So to be fair, maybe he was. And then she also says, I've heard worse from FSU about UF. Either way, that jerk.
I mean, I think that obviously when you're talking about the fans fighting with each other and having like comments, yeah, okay, but when you're going on record in a radio interview and you are a senator from Florida and you are running for president, like, I don't know.
Exactly.
We got a couple Gators fans on here.
My rationale is kind of, all right, well, here you go. Here's a freebie for you, Jeb. You
Rob
know.
said, that's a no-brainer, go Gators.
That's a no-brainer. And then, Gina, this is kind of a nice, just like not taking one side or the other. I know a bunch of people who were accepted into both schools.
That's true.
Also a fair statement. I also know many people that got into both, chose UF or FSU over the one or the other.
Obviously, that big rivalry it's fun and it makes the games that much more intense, and it's fun to have a rivalry and band together with your side. But you don't have to be like, well, it's because you're stupid.
Especially when you're trying.
There are other things you can talk about.
When you're trying to be the leader of the free world,
you know,
too.
That's probably.
Why would you? And here's the thing: it's not like FSU's the smallest school either.
Yeah.
There's 50,000 people that go to that school when you include the graduates and undergrads together, and there's alumni all over the country. I think the bottom line here is, whether you're angry or not, the bottom line is just, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, why would you do that?
You had nothing else to talk about?
I know, really.
Like nothing else?
Yeah.
We can't get through all of them because there's 100 million people running for president. Hillary Clinton apparently is a Yankees and a Cubs fan.
Ooh, not great. I didn't know she was a Cubs fan.
Neither did I. She said she grew up a Cubs fan, but she needed an American League team to cheer for, so she picked the Yankees. Ben Carson, his fandom is, quote, teams with non-offensive nicknames.
Okay, that's a very politically correct
You have to pick a team that you like. Ted Cruz,
exactly. And Rubio could have just said, UF is my team.
That's my team. That's where I went to school. That's my team.
We would have gotten the other flagship school.
This one here, Ted Cruz likes the Dallas Cowboys and the Houston Texans. Bernie Sanders likes the New England Patriots. Scott Walker likes the Green Bay Packers. Boo. Jeb Bush.
That makes sense. So
did you know that Jeb Bush owned part of the Jacksonville Jags?
I did not.
I didn't know that.
I'm sure some folks did, but I did not know that.
I didn't realize.
So is he a Jags fan?
Yes. I mean, I would hope.
Or is that just because it was a low-cost team to buy?
Maybe he became a fan. Like, I'll take
all right,
you.
yeah, come
I
on
like
over.
you there. Keep talking on our Facebook page,
interesting.
WTXL.tv. Have a great day.
Yeah. A little muggier than yesterday, and that's causing the temps to be slightly warmer in the upper 60s and low 70s. No rain threat out there, despite the humidity's kind of going a little bit higher here. Upper 80s later this afternoon, still around the seasonal average, but definitely a little warmer than we saw on your Monday. And then overnight, we'll dip down to around 70. Your 7-day forecast, at least a few rain chances down the line, but heading into the weekend, still definitely feeling very summer-like in the low 90s.